The NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. What does it do? How does it works? History of NASA. Let's begin by asking a question. What do you think was the way to understand space back in the 1950s? Well, nowadays it's obvious that with the speed of tech revolution, it would be very obvious to have a two-way trip to the space or at least our Earth's tip of the atmosphere, maybe. Well, today we are going to understand and look at one of the greatest space agencies in the world, NASA, which is an acronym for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Well, according to the Wikipedia, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration is an independent agency of the US federal government responsible for the civilian space program as well as aeronautics and space research. NASA was established in 1958, succeeding the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. The Foundation. NASA's headquarters are located in the capital of the US, Washington, D.C. NASA was founded by Dwight D. Eisenhower. NASA was established on 29 July 1958 in the United States. NASA's mission was to drive advances in science, technology, aeronautics, and space exploration to enhance knowledge, education, innovation, economic vitality, and stewardship of Earth. Well, let's see the history of NASA. NASA was created largely in response to the Soviet launching of Sputnik in 1957. It was organized around the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics (NACA), which had been created by Congress in 1915. NASA's organization was well underway by the early years of President John F. Kennedy. Why was NASA started? National Aeronautics and Space Administration (NASA), an independent US governmental agency established in 1958 for the research and development of vehicles and activities for the exploration of space within and outside Earth's atmosphere. And what does NASA do? NASA is a US government agency that is responsible for science and technology related to air and space. The space age started in 1957 with the launch of the Soviet satellite Sputnik. It is a federal agency that oversees government initiatives in solar system exploration and outer space exploration, including both robot and human exploration, as well as human spaceflight, aerospace and aeronautics research, and earth science and space science. In simple words, NASA studies the space, discovers new objects, and tries to find life on any other planet other than Earth. Because if NASA thus finds a way of possible life on any other planet other than Earth, then it would be a great achievement, as because the sun is increasing its size bit by bit, and one day it would engulf planets one by one. It may or may not be true, but currently scientists at NASA are busy in trying to find a possible life matter or water, because we all know that water supports life. On Mars, because there has been rivers and canals of water thousands of years ago. Scientists have just found their traces. No matter what we say or understand, getting a job at NASA is a fortune to life and a space-staring lad's dream. Anyway, although these jobs are amazing, they require tedious of hard work and concentration. So be prepared if you want a job at NASA. Now let's understand how does it works. When you think of NASA, you likely think of the astronauts, but there's a lot of other personnel at the organization. Accomplishing NASA's mission requires people to develop and build new technologies, assemble and test spacecraft and their components, train astronauts and pilots, and provide mission support services. The organization also funds research by thousands of scientists across the nation. NASA's internal structure has evolved over the years, but as of 2018, it was organized into directorates located at NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C., that handle various parts of its mission. Number 1. The Science Mission Directorate (SMD) focuses on increasing scientific knowledge of the solar system, the reaches of space and time, and Earth itself. It uses a variety of tools from robotic orbital observatories to ground-based instruments. The Human Exploration and Operations Mission Directorate (HEOMD) researches and develops technology to enable humans to live and work in space and also manage space communication and navigation services. Number 3. The Space Technology Mission Directorate (STMD) develops the technology needed for space exploration and other space missions. Number 4. The Mission Support Directorate (MSD) improves institutional processes for space mission to make them safer and more efficient. Number 5. The Aeronautics Research Mission Directorate (ARMD) works on transforming terrestrial aviation by improving aircraft and operations efficiency and safety, and also works to reduce the environmental impact of flight. Number 6. The Administrator's Staff Offices is the top layer of leadership at NASA, which oversees everything from safety on space missions to managing the workforce to coordinating with other nations in space partnerships. Number 7. The Office of Inspector General (OIG) is the official watchdog that keeps an eye on the agency and how it spends taxpayer dollars. Here are some space missions by NASA. So that's how NASA works, and the space administration, which I say is amazing. If you liked the video, then do share. Thank you for watching.